go check her out. Go to Amazon, type in Emily Shea. You can find her book. Her book is called, one more time.
The 5 Steps to a Perfect Sleepover.
The 5 Steps to a Perfect Sleepover, guys. If you have young girls, young kids, and you want to get a copy of her book, I highly recommend you to get a copy of her book. It's going to be awesome. Listen, y'all know who's next. I ain't got to tell you guys who's coming on next. Y'all already know who's next, but listen, all the way from St. Pete.
Yes, sir.
And listen, Matt said it earlier up here when he said that he's glad that it's a small room the first time. Guys, we're in the beginning of something huge out here. The opportunity that you see right here in front of you today is going to change the world with what we have going on.
That's right.
And we're going to be traveling around the world, guys, changing it with these kids, changing it with their families, changing it with our families. And Matt stayed up here and gave me all the credit. Everybody that has came up here tonight have gave me all the credit. Guys, it's you that deserves the credit. The reason being is because you showed up.
Yeah.
I teach in network marketing. You can be an egg, you can be an apple, or you can be a tennis ball. I used to train my people to say, look, if you want to be that egg and you want to easily break when you drop the egg and it cracks and it breaks and the yolk runs all over the place, if you want to be that person, that's not the type of person I'm looking to work with. If you want to be that apple, that I drop the apple and it bruises, apples bruise, fruit bruise quick. If you want to be that apple, I'm not looking for that either. I'm looking for people that want to be a tennis ball. When people throw the nose at you, I want you to be able to bounce back quick. And that's what a tennis ball is, guys. And we bounce back. And you guys out here, y'all deserve all the credit for this. Not me. Not me. I had the vision of it, the passion of it. But you guys are helping make this happen. Mark Clyde has put in several hours with us. And he's taken away from his job and his family to put in all these hours and time, and so is BJ. And we just want to thank them one more time because, listen guys, it takes a lot of work to put this together. It takes a lot of passion. The VIP TV crew family, CW, it takes a lot, guys. Let's give Mark Klein and BJ one more round of applause. It takes a lot. It takes a lot, guys. Listen, remember, be the tennis ball. Bounce back at everything that somebody throws at you. Bounce back. I tell them if you want to recruit up, you got to get up. So, listen, I'm getting ready to bring up 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him tell you everything, what he has, his book, all that stuff. I'm going to let him tell you. But I'm getting ready to bring up 14-year-old Caleb Maddox from St. Petersburg, Florida. Guys, give it up for Caleb Maddox, man.
So I want to start by saying there's no way that I'm about to follow up what Emily said. Like, I can't follow up what she just did. That was unbelievable. Can we give it up for her real quick? Are you kidding me?
Love you, man.
I sat there, I promise you, I've heard the best of the best. I've heard all these guys live in front of thousands of people. And I promise you, Emily Shea's speech that she just gave might have been the greatest speech I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, that was unbelievable. The content, listen, I'm so excited for her. She definitely deserves it. She puts in the work, so I love her to death. But I want to talk to you guys today. I want to start off by taking you guys back a couple months ago. So a couple months ago, I was sitting in my room. It was a really good day. I was looking out the window, looking at the pool that's right out my window. And I was sitting down. I decided to pull out my phone. I decided to look through my Facebook messages. So I go through my Facebook messages. I sit down. I'm scrolling through. I'm looking at all my hundreds of unread messages I haven't read yet. And I come across one message that was a long message. And it was basically a human being who was telling me, listen, I just watched your video. You just need to commit suicide.
Wow.
Like, that's what the message said. You just need to commit suicide. And I was like, oh my, like it discouraged me on the deepest level. I sit here, I read this message, you need to commit suicide, you're not worth it, your videos are dumb, you have nothing to talk about, you're better off not being alive on this planet, the earth would be a better place.
Wow.
And I sit down, and I'm feeling this discouragement. I'm feeling like this weight of like, a human being thinks that the world would be better off with me being dead. I'm sitting there thinking, are they right? Would this world be better off without me being on this planet? And I'm just like, I'm devastated. So I scroll my messages, feeling awful. Feels like the world's just gray in this exact moment. And I scroll down a couple more messages, probably like 5 or 10 more down. And I click on this one message, and it was from a mother. And it was this long message again. I was assuming, oh, somebody else is going to tell me to commit suicide now. Like, that's what's going to happen. So I read through this message, and I looked through it. And it starts off with, listen, I have a son. He's 10 years old. He wants to commit suicide, basically, is what she was saying. He wants to commit suicide. He has the worst grades in his class. His dad committed suicide 3 years before this. And she names all this stuff he's been through. She's talking about how he almost got arrested and how he was he's an awful kid to live with. And then she tells me, at the end of I read through this message and I'm reading all this stuff and I'm like, more depressing stuff about a kid who wants to commit suicide, this is awful. So I scroll down and I'm reading, and then I see this simple line that says, but I want to say thank you. She said this, she said, because my son has been watching your videos every single day for a month. And ever since he started watching your videos, he decided that he wasn't going to commit suicide. Mm. And then she said, not only that, but he's doing way better in school. He's making friends. He just started his own business, and he knows exactly where he wants to be with his life. And then she said this to me. She said, this is like one of the deepest, my favorite compliment I've ever gotten. She said, thank you. Because of you, not only is my son not dead, but he's finally alive. And I started weeping. I started weeping and crying, and I took in this moment. I was like, because the thing is, I got a message that told me that I should commit suicide. And then I got a message from somebody that told me that they did not commit suicide because of me.
Amen. That's what's up.
And it made me realize in that moment, never let your bully get in the way of your impact.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
You see, I simply could have let this comment about suicide like get to me and never make videos again and do this stuff. But if that would have happened, there would be a kid who was dead and wasn't making a difference and wasn't striving for his future. So there's 2 reasons I'm telling you this today. Number 1, don't let your hater get in the way of your impact. And number 2, understand the power of what we can do. This right here, it's the most powerful tool on the planet. Like the fact that we have this, it's 2016, and we have the iPhone or the Android, whatever you're using, and we have social media, we don't have any excuse. If we don't end bullying by the time we die, we were a failure. You see, it's possible. We can reach, look at all the things that you're doing. I'm loving it. The connections that you're making. The things that we're doing. The impacts, the videos. How many video submissions have been on the website?
Thousands.
Thousands of people. So guys, I'm telling you this, understand that we can do this. It's like we said, we start with the lunch table. If we just start to do this, if we get together, if we post videos, if we go out, if we do our TV show, if we do all this stuff, it won't be an idea any longer. It'll be something that we're actually doing.
Right. That's it.
And guys, I want to tell you this. I made over $100,000 by 14 years old, and it feels really good. But that day that I got that message from that kid who said, I didn't commit suicide, but I also lived, that means way more to me. out of all my accomplishments, out of all the things I've done, you can strip them all away. You can take away my right to never speak again, but I would still have done that just for that one kid.
Amen.
So understand this. Our impact is more important than our income.
Amen.
Us serving is more important than us selling. Us giving is more important than us getting.
Oh, Lord.
It's good. Get it.
So let's come together. Let's stop bullying. Let's stop bullying not only the schools, but let's make an impact for the less fortunate.
Yeah.
For the homeless. Listen, my dad, he took me on over 53 mission trips. We mentioned that before. He owns a missions movement called Mission 25. And the number one lesson that my dad taught me, which was his birthday a couple days ago, so let's clap it up for that.
Happy birthday, old man!
But I did a video on Facebook about the number one lessons I've learned from my dad. And I'll tell you this, the number one lesson that I've learned from my dad is the power of giving. So he's taken me on over 53 mission trips. You know, we wake up at 5 a.m. every single day, or every single Friday morning, and we go out and we give to the homeless anytime we're in town. And the number one thing that I've learned is the brokenness in America. Like a lot of people, we go on mission trips, right? We go to Dominican Republic, and we go to the Philippines, and we go to all these places. The brokenness in America alone. We're on a mission trip. I think we were in Detroit. It was like either Detroit or Philadelphia. And I'm sitting down, me and my dad were eating, and there's this kid, he looks like he doesn't have that, his clothes are ripped, he has no shoes on, and there's a soggy hot dog bun on the floor. The kid walks up to it, picks it up, and eats it. How? That's why we're doing what we're doing. For that one kid.
Yeah.
Amen.
For that kid not to have to eat a soggy hot dog bun on the ground, but for us to be able to impact him. You see, the stories that we're going to do, the stories that we're going to be able to tell of people that were impacted, whenever we die, just put on our tombstone, I was a millionaire against bullying.
Oh.
That's it. I was a millionaire against bullying. That's all that really matters. We can do anything we want to do.
on the
We can get off the
tombstone.
thing. It will not matter unless we made a difference.
Yeah.
The people who were always the happiest always gave the most.
Boom.
Say that again.
Say it again.
The
Say it
people
again.
who were the happiest always gave the most.
Wow.
The people who were the happiest, they didn't make the most money. Because if that was the case, then first of all, every single billionaire would be extremely happy, and anybody who had money would be fulfilled. Anybody who didn't would not be fulfilled.
Right.
I met homeless people who are way more happy than we are. That's the truth. There's a guy named Kearney. His name is Kearney. Whenever we go out Friday mornings, 5 a.m. to feed the homeless, Kearney's always there. He's a homeless man, and he's always there to serve the coffee and to do all this stuff. And Kearney's the most happy individual I've ever met on this planet. I've been with the best of the best. Kearney has the most enthusiasm. I've never, ever, one time, ever heard him complain. He spills hot coffee on himself. He literally laughs. Like, obviously, he's like, oh, that hurts. But then he starts cracking up because he has a different perspective. But it's because he's up with us giving. So if we ever want happiness, if we ever want success, you have to give. You don't get success and then give. See, a lot of times we're like, okay, once I'm a millionaire, then we can start to give. It doesn't work that way. Once you give, that's the day that you'll start to become a millionaire.
Boom.
And do that stuff.
That's it right there, buddy. You got it. It takes him to tell me? Wow.
I want to leave you guys with this today. This one last simple quote. When nothing is going good, do something good for somebody else.
Say that again.
When nothing is going good, do something good for somebody else. See, a lot of times when nothing's going good, we turn to working harder, we turn to a personal growth book, we turn to all this different stuff. That stuff's amazing. It's worked for me.
Yeah.
But I was having this week where nothing was going good for me. I was feeling depressed, wasn't making sales, I was making all these calls, but nothing was happening. I wasn't getting speaking leads. Like, it just felt like the world had put its weight on me. Like, nothing was going good. It's like, man, what is it? So I started working harder. I worked for 8 hours straight. Just made sales calls. It still wasn't working for me. What is it? I was like, what is this thing? So what I did is I said, you know what? I'm tired of striving for myself. Why don't I just go give? This is what I said. So I said, Dad, let's just go out and give. So what we did is we went out and we bought 10 different sleeping bags. and we gave it to the homeless. So that was the first thing we did. We gave it to the homeless. Second thing that we did is I took a $100 bill out of my bank account, took that $100 bill, walked it up to a single mother that I knew, and I gave it to her, which she started weeping and said that if I had to give that to her, she would have been able to provide food for her 5 kids. So then that happened. And then the third thing that we did is I called up a fatherless kid whose dad had committed suicide a year ago at this time, and I ended up giving him a bunch of my products for free and decided that I was going to coach him and do all this stuff. And after I gave these 3 things, I went back to my room and I lay on the bed and I just sat there, and I got this message. I got this ding ding. So I opened it up as a Facebook message, and it was this guy that has an Australian accent. And he says, "Hey mate, so I'm here in Australia. I'm doing a conference," he said, in Sydney, Australia, and my keynote speaker is Gary Vaynerchuk. Now let me give you guys a backstory. Gary Vaynerchuk, I write out my goals every single morning, and one of the goals I had was to speak with Gary Vaynerchuk. And that was my goal. I wanted to speak with Gary Vaynerchuk. And I write this out every single day. And he says, "Hey, the keynote speaker for my event is Gary Vaynerchuk, and I just came across your video. By some coincidence, what do you think about coming out and speaking at my event?" Let me tell you something. That was no coincidence.
All right.
It wasn't a coincidence that my video popped up. It was because when nothing was going good, I turned to other people rather than myself. And I promise you, when nothing is going good, when you're in the downest of the downs, do something good for somebody else. And that's what we're doing with the Millionaires Against Bullies. We're giving back, because giving is the ultimate thing that will provide happiness. Thank you guys so much. Looking forward to doing everything with you guys. It's going to have so much more. We're going to impact lives.
Give it up for Caleb Maddox one more time, y'all. Man. I don't know if I could ever drop any nuggets like that.
Wow. Wow.
Bring it down the house.
Guys, listen, we really appreciate all of you that came out tonight on a Saturday night. We want to thank